terms of what's coming off the land and causing problems for water quality, there are a range of pollutants which are important. Loss of soil is important, loss of nutrients such as phosphorus and nitrogen, loss of pesticides, and also loss of manures and slurries. If we look at soil loss rates under present day farming, then those rates are between 2 and 5 times higher than they were in the 20th century, pre-World War II. One of the most significant factors there was the introduction of the diesel-powered tractor, which became widespread from 1948 onwards, and that increasing mechanisation is part of the issue. If we convert the higher rates into cost to the public purse, our best estimate is that those costs are about £0.5 billion per year. And if we look at the benefits of current management practices by farmers on the farm, then those costs have only been reduced to about £0.46 billion per year. There are a range of techniques or what we call interventions that farmers can adopt to reduce these sorts of pollution issues. So for instance, they could be managing compaction to help reduce runoff and the mobilisation and loss of the soil. Other on-farm management methods involve putting buffers to intercept that runoff and capture the pollution as it moves off the farm towards the watercourse. So we could be putting in strips of vegetation, what we call buffer strips, to intercept that runoff and pollution and prevent it entering the watercourse and degrading water quality. So one of the biggest challenges we face is the current disconnection between farmers making decisions on their individual farms and the need to deliver environmental objectives for water quality at larger scales in our landscape systems or our catchment systems. The beautiful thing about some of our research is that whilst a great deal of it is farmer focused, working on farms trying to identify real-world solutions, another aspect of the work is feeding directly into government policy teams in terms of which combinations of measures will work and what future farming systems could potentially look like. So it's a bit like having a large complex puzzle on the table. We can take the individual jigsaw pieces to represent individual farms, and we can take the puzzle in its entirety, and the picture that it conveys, that picture on the puzzle lid, is our vision for future landscapes, for future farming. The decisions in terms of selecting the individual puzzle pieces relates very well to decisions that could be made on individual farms. But actually what really matters is connecting all of those jigsaw pieces to deliver the picture in its entirety, because that's what delivers the future vision for the landscape. So there will undoubtedly be some changes in land use. So there will need to be some conversion of cropping practices to alternative land cover, such as woodland or low-intensity grassland. But I think perhaps more importantly, there will be a change in the way the landscapes are working, particularly in terms of farmers being far more coordinated in how they work together.